Training and Development, Chapter 7. Chapter Introduction. In this chapter, you will learn how to discuss the scope of training and development and its strategic aspects, describe how a training needs assessment should be done, describe the factors that must be taken into account when designing a training program, and identifying the types of training delivery method organizations use. A strategic approach to training. To ensure that a firm's training and development investment has the maximum impact possible, a strategic and systematic approach should be used that involves 4 phases. 1. A needs assessment based on firm's competitive objectives. What training does the firm really need? 2. Program design. Given those needs, how should the training program best designed or structured? Implementation. How should the program be delivered? That is, by what method? And evaluation. How can the firm tell if the training program is really working? Phase 1. Conducting the needs assessment. The following are some of the most common types of training employees are given. Orientation training for new hires. Basic on-the-job training for new hires. Managerial training. Sales training. Executive training, IT or computer training, customer service training, compliments regulation training, ethnic training, and diverse training. Phase 1. Conducting the needs assessment continues. As assessments consist of 3 parts, an organization analysis, a task analysis, and a person analysis. Phase 2. Designing the training program. Experts believe that the design of training programs should focus on at least 4 related issues. The training's instructional objective, readiness of trainees and their motivation, principles of learning, and characteristics of instructors. Phase 3. Implementing the training program. Training delivery methods. There are 12 types of training programs and methods to use when training someone to do the job that is required of them. 1. On-the-job training. 2. Special assignments. 3. Cooperative training, internships, and governmental training. 4. Simulations. 5. E-learning. 6. Behavior modeling. 7. Role-playing. 8. Coaching. 9. Case study. 10. Seminars and conferences. 11. Blended learning. And 12. Classroom lecture instruction. Phase 4. Evaluating the training program. There are 4 basic criteria that are available to evaluate training. 1. Reactions. 2. Learning. 3. Behavior. And 4. Results. Criteria 1. Reactions. One of the simplest approaches to evaluating a training program is to assess participants' reactions to it. In addition to indicating whether they enjoy the training, they can give insights into the content and techniques they found most useful. Criteria 2. Learning. Testing the knowledge and skills of trainees before and after a training program will help determine their improvement. The skill and knowledge levels of employees who have undergone a training program can also be compared to employees who have not. Criteria 3. Behavior. To maximize the transfer of training, managers and trainers can take several approaches. 1. Feature identical elements. 2. Focus on general principles if necessary. 3. Establish a climate for transfer. And 4. Give employees transfer strategies. Criteria 4. Results or return on investment. ROI. Most organizations today measure their training in terms of its return on investment. ROI. which is also sometimes referred to as the utility a firm gets for its training dollars. A company's ROI refers to the benefits of its device, from training relative to what it costs. Additional training and development programs. Orientation and onboarding. Orientation is the formal process of familiarizing new employees with the organization, their jobs, and work in it. Onboarding is the process of systematically socializing new employees to help get them on board with the organization. Basic skill training. To implement a successful program in basic skill training, 1. You can explain to employees why and how the training will help them in their job. 2. To relate the training to the employee's goals. 3. To respect and consider participants' experience and use them as a resource. 4. Use a task-centered or problem-centered approach so that participants learn by doing. And 5. Give employees feedback on their progress towards meeting their learning objectives. Additional training and development programs continue. Team training and cross-training. The programs focused on these 3 skills are technical, interpersonal, and team action. And then there's ethical training. Ethic training becomes more prevalent in companies following the high-profile corporate scandals. Some firms have chief ethic officers, high-ranking managers directly responsible for fostering the ethical climate within their firms and ensuring the conflict. Additional training and development programs. Diverse training. There are basically 3 types of diverse training. 1. Awareness building. 2. Training to prevent discrimination and harassment and associated lawsuits. And 3. Skill building.